name is Katie Toon, and I'm a Senior Fulfillment Specialist on the Global Fulfillment team. I have been part of CT for 3 years now, and I've been part of the FCOE ever since I've started. Today, I want to talk about my team, because we are a newer team and we still get a lot of questions about who we are. So my presentation today is Global Fulfillment Team. Who are we? In today's course, we're going to cover 4 main objectives. Who are we and where you can find us? What do we do? How do we make it work? And what do we have planned for the future? So you can see on either side of me, I have my team. You can find us in 2 different offices. So if you have heard of Global Fulfillment Team, raise your hand. Okay, good. So do you actually know what Global Fulfillment Team is, or who we are? So we are part of 2 different offices. Our first half is in Columbus, Ohio, and our second half is actually here in Wilmington, Delaware. We are a 14-member team. Currently we have 1 position open, but we are always consistently growing and changing. Our hours are from 8 to 8 Eastern Standard Time. So what do we do? Well, we are a high volume fulfillment team. We mainly do our filings online. So this can get a little confusing with how we file. When I talk about online submissions, it can either be we upload a document directly to the state site, or we have to rekey in everything that we do. When we rekey in, we have to make sure that the documents we have are legible, and if they're not, we have to put them on hold for clarification of what is on the document. Some things that confuse people about our team is our name, because we're called the Global Fulfillment Team. So I'm going to give you some things that we are not. We are not the reps. We have several phone calls throughout the day asking us to do some over-the-counter filings in different states, and we have to explain that that actually goes to our reps' offices. There are a few filings that we can't do online. We're also not e-fulfillment. We get that confusion quite a bit as well. E-fulfillment does good standings and doc retrievals, and we can do that for some things, but most of the time it goes to e-fulfillment. And the other thing is, we only file in the United States. I know our name says that we're global, but we only file in the States. If you look at your handouts that I gave you, you can see on the first page all the states that we cover. Currently we cover 21 states, and then we're testing 1 right now. So our little map can show you we cover from coast to coast. After we have established who we are and what we do, we need to focus on how we make this stuff work. I have brought my special guest speaker with me, Nicole, because we're going to talk about establishing our workflows on our team. To establish our workflows, we have 3 different roles on our team. We have the front-end team, the filing team, and the distribution team. I'm going to have Nicole talk about the front end and the distribution. So, Nicole?
Hi everyone. I am the front end team part of the day. We're the customer facing team, and I am in the email box, so I get to talk to everybody all the time and we answer questions. I'm also a bit of a filter, so we do get a lot of, as Katie was saying, we do get a lot of emails for e-fulfillment and for global services, sometimes for rep offices, and I kind of redirect the emails and get things where they need to be, or if an email is specific to someone on our team, I get that information to that person as quickly as possible. I also am in the in the evidence distribution team, so I help get rejections and things like that to the right people to be placed on hold. I think that's it.
Cool. Well, thank you.
Thanks.
So as Nicole said, she does a lot of the email work and stuff like that, and then just distribution, it covers our evidence and also any time that we might be assigning out files. Myself, I do a lot of the filing work. I'm part of mainly the filing team, and so anything that you have in Doc Central, we take out and review it and make sure that it has all the materials that we need for the state. If there is anything wrong, we'll make sure that we put it on hold, or we'll contact you just saying like, hey, this is missing or whatever. If there is a question that might come in to the email box saying something that they're not sure about a filing, and it's a filing that's already been assigned out, they'll make sure to send that to us so we can call the state and have all that information for that filing that we're working on. So those are our roles. The next thing that we do to make this work is our training. Both Nicole and I do a lot of training for our team, and so we work a lot together to make sure that our training is consistent across the board. We need to make sure everything is being filed the same so there is no confusion on what is going on for the state and no rejection rates go up higher because of that. After we do our training, if you go to page 2 of your handout, you'll see an all things to know sheet. We use this sheet to ask all these questions that we receive from service team members in our email box to make sure that we have all the information we need to know for each of those states. If we have a change that is in there, we make all those changes in red so we can see the updates and be clear on what is going on with that state. After training, we want to make sure we have backup plans. Because we're in 2 offices and we're a bigger team, we try to stagger when people come in. So we have people coming in starting at 8, 9, 10, and 11. And this way we have the right coverages at the right times. We know we get slammed closer to lunch and in the afternoon, so we need more people then. Doing this, we also stagger our lunches so that we're not all out at the same time. Once we have our plans and our training and that's all going well, we want to make sure everybody is understanding, so we have our check-ins. We do a weekly check-in where we talk about what went well, what didn't went well, and then what we need to change or if there's a new system out there that we need to test for our team. After all of this has taken place, we need to make sure our communication skills are very, very well. We are constantly talking to each other, whether it is through our Microsoft Teams or Skype. We have phone calls and our weekly meetings, and we are constantly using emails between service team members and the state. Our communication has to be on point or a team would not work. So these are some of the things that helps us make our system, our team work. So what do we have planned for the future? Well, every state is changing constantly, so our team has to change as well. We need to make sure that we're testing and learning any new systems that are out there. We actually get volunteered to test a lot of new systems with states that we are currently working with now, and then also some of the states the reps offices are working with to see if it is a valuable process for the company. Next, to eliminate some confusion about who we are changing our name. Currently, we are a global fulfillment team, but in a few short months, we're going to change our name to online filing team. So we're going to be the OFT. If you have any more questions about the GFT, feel free to email me or the team with the little cards that I handed out to you. You can keep these handouts that I've given you to you, and also on the very back of the handout, you'll find a good standings and name restrictions for all the states that we use. These are some of the most popular questions that we get, so I felt like it would be a good and valuable resource for all of you to have. If you have any questions at this time, I'd be happy to answer them, and let me know.
I have
Yes.
one for you. So this is fantastic what you have here. Where is it housed? Is this something just so your team can answer them on the phone, or?
We keep all of this in our OneDrive that our team has. If people ask for us, we send it out. We are hoping to implement this in the new KE, the Insight, I think this is called. We're trying to get some of that stuff in there, so it's access for everybody.
So they don't have to call you, they
Yep.
use this, so that's fantastic.
Any other questions? Yes?
Yeah, do you guys work with like states directly if some special circumstances come up? Like, do you call them directly to find that information out?
Yeah,
Okay.
all the time. All right.
Yay!
Great.